What does $500 worth of camping gear from Walmart look like? Scout doesn't want to know. Let's find out. $10 items ordered from Walmart.com in Canada, equaling almost $500. First, let me give you a rundown of my ideas, what I plan on doing. So this isn't just like, oh, look what I can buy at Walmart, and then that's it. I'm going to go out and use this stuff. I'm going to go and camp either one night or 2 nights, either with the dog or without. And I plan on doing that within the month. It won't be my next video because I have a lot of things already planned and in the works. But definitely within the month we'll be doing this. Excuse me. So in all honesty, I only spent about $450 because I still have to buy food. And I didn't want to buy food before I go out so it can ruin or perish or whatever. That's something I want you guys to help me with. So like I said, I spent $450. This is going to be the $500 Walmart challenge or whatever. I want your help deciding if I need to spend that full $50 on food or if there's other things that I could buy to make my life easier while I'm out there. I did pick the items to the best of my knowledge, but I'm sure you guys will have lots of ideas on things that I forgot. Keep in mind, this is the basics. And the premise of this is not just like, oh, I spent $500 at Walmart and I go camping one time. The premise of this is, I'm on a budget. I want to go camping, not just once, but I want to start camping. Start to be my hobby. But I don't have a lot of money, and I'm not going to have a lot of money for a while. So I bought my gear at Walmart and seeing how it lasts, seeing how it does, seeing if it's able to last, if it's able to be used more than once. Which I'm sure it will be, because when I first started, I used Walmart gear, and I used Canadian Tire gear, and I used, just department store, hardware store stuff, because that's all we had. Okay, let's get into it. I bought 10 things. Let me show you online as well as I go. I'll show you the list of them and what they cost. Yeah, because I think you'd like to know. And once again, like I said, this is Walmart in Canada, not Walmart in the States. So I don't know about you guys or how many people have done this, but for Canadians or Americans who have gone to each other's countries and bought things, the prices are way different, right? In America, the prices are way down. In Canada, the prices are way up. And that's only America and Canada. I'm sure there's Walmart in the UK. I'm almost 100% sure on that. And I don't know about you guys. Scout, you're knocking the camera. Your money is worth more than mine, for sure. Pounds, Great Britain pounds are worth more than Canadian dollars. I think they're worth more than American dollars, too. Anyway, something to keep in mind, this is Canadian dollars. First up is the backpack. Let's go with that one first because that's an integral part of it, right? You're not carrying any of this stuff without a backpack. A little silica gel packet. Do not eat. Throw away. Put in my pocket for now so Mr. Scooter doesn't get at it. Okay, so off the top, this is a Coleman backpack. Coleman's a company that's been around for a long time. I don't believe its quality is as good as it used to be. Oh, another thing I wanted to show you guys. Oh, I got it, finally. I got the zero tolerance flick down. Anyways. I had a couple people email me and message me on tips and tricks on how to do that. Apparently I was pushing too much in and up, like hard, when I just had to go up. Flick at our wrist. Look at our wrist. Look at our wrist. I'm sorry. Okay. Look at our wrist. Right? Look at the flick of the wrist. Yeah? Ooh, the flick of the wrist. Just working on part 2 of the white tarp camping video, which shall be up on Friday in a couple days. Alright, we'll just go through this like this in the order that it's here real quick. So, I got a water bottle for $2.97. I got a Camillus titanium folding knife for $14.97. I got a magnesium fire starter for $6.89. Sleeping bag for $85. A backpack for $95. A sleeping pad for $40. A hatchet for $40. A cook set for $50. headlamp with batteries for $14, and a tent for $50. So you can see the price was $398, but with shipping, or sorry, no shipping. With HST, which is 13%, that's what we pay in Canada, or at least Ontario, $450 on the dot. This one's called the Coleman Elate 65. It's an internal frame backpack. 65 meaning 65 liters, which is a decent sized backpack. I think the biggest bag I have in a normal backpack style is like a 55 liter, and then I have like a 70 liter in a dry bag style. But yeah, this will be fine. This will work, and I actually seems like it'll work after the case for other trips, with bigger loads. But we shall see after this trip. I plan on hiking around for about an hour or two before I get to my camping site, just so I can really test the backpack, carry the stuff around. It's got bottom straps where I can connect my tent or my sleeping bag to the bottom, which will be ideal because the sleeping bag and tent and all that stuff is pretty bulky considering it's from Walmart. I might be able to fit it all in, but if not, that's going to be very helpful on the bottom for me. It's got waist belt, chest belt, all that stuff. Removable lid. So that's kind of cool. We're gonna pack all this stuff up before this video is done. We'll pack it all up together. Okay, next up, which was very, very hard for me to find in store, which is part of the reason I didn't purchase these things in store, and I went ahead and did it online because it had such more options. This sleeping bag is a is a 20 to 40 degree Fahrenheit sleeping bag, which is a huge rating, difference in the rating. 20 to 40, which is also -6.7 to -4.4 Celsius. Again, a big difference in that fluctuation of rating, but whatever. So ideally, we're going to say this one goes down to probably -3 comfort-wise, and then -5 dying-wise. But this is another Coleman. They call it their backpacking line. Oh, okay, and then it says up in the corner, -1 degree Celsius, or 30 degrees Fahrenheit. So tell me if this makes sense to you guys. Up here where it says 30 degrees Fahrenheit, or -1.1 degrees Celsius, and then down here, it's telling you Coleman comfort ranges, and it's saying -6. Oh, no, it is saying -6.7. It's saying -6.7 to 4.4 degrees. That's a bit wonky of a rating. We're gonna go that this is good around to about 0 or -1 degrees. Yeah, which I'll probably be cold then, if I'm being honest. If I'm going camping in the wintertime, it normally gets down to below -1. And even if it does turn to the first day of spring before that, we shall see. Anyways, I'm not going to not go because of it. I might, if I'm being honest, bring a sleeping bag liner from home, which could also, or a thin sheet. A thin sheet from home, because then you could potentially just bring something from home in this exercise. Yeah, I might bring a thin sheet to line inside it. Don't roast me over the spit for that one. Okay, that's the second thing up. Okay, we might as well continue on the line of sleeping and stuff like that. Geared toward that. Ha! So this is a Thermarest. No, it's not. It's a Coleman. It's a Coleman self-inflating pad. And it says 2.3 pounds or a kilogram. It's literally giving me no R value. It's not offering an R value rating on here. Oh man. It says the thickness is 1.5 inches or 3.8 centimeters when it's inflated. Heavy duty. Including storage. It includes storage straps. Who needs a rating when you have storage straps? Anyways, I assume this will be like my first self-inflating sleeping pad where it's decent. Yeah, decent. Oh, you know what? There's a little piece of paper in here. Maybe it says something about the rating. You'd think it'd be a selling point they'd want it on the outside, unless it's like a negative R rating. No, it's just telling you how to inflate the pad. You know how to inflate a self-inflating pad? Do you guys know? Walmart! Okay. So that's backpack, sleeping bag, sleeping pad, all very important things. Again, this isn't a bushcraft or a survival exercise. This is somebody wanting to get into camping. I'm buying camping gear from Walmart. So I could have really went without a sleeping pad and used spruce boughs and just did it that way. But again, this is not that kind of thing. This is a camping thing, like I just said. So in that same thought, I could have went without a tent. I mean, I could have got just a tarp. I could have got no tarp or no tent at all and just built a natural shelter. But again, for the purposes of this, I wanted to be camping. This is an Ozark Trail dome tent. It's saying it's a 4-person tent, lightweight, compact, weighs like maybe 4 pounds or something along those lines. I'll most likely take it out of here. I am going to take it out of here before we go. Set it all up in the tent, or sorry, in the backpack properly. Yeah, it's in a box and everything. We don't need that. We don't need the box. In all honesty, I really should set it up before I go out because it's from Walmart, and who knows if it's going to even work. But I think that's more part of the actual video, like try and find out if it works and fixing things that don't work. You know what I mean? Like if one pole's broken or if a tab doesn't poke through or something, seeing how I can fix it in the field. So I think that is what I'm going to end up doing. I'll take it out of the box and stuff like I said, but just I'm not going to set it up beforehand. My water bottle. I've got a water bottle. Nalgene's are like $15. Isn't that insane? Like literally anywhere from $10 to $20 I've seen Nalgene's for. So I'm not spending that much on a water bottle. This one's fine. It's BPA free. It's 1 liter. It's got a spout on it. It has a smaller bottom, so it nests in a cup holder or in your like cook kit and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm gonna wash that out before I use that. But that's my water bottle. Pretty straightforward. My cutting tools. Okay, so it was all up in the air on what to get. Like normally I like to have a saw and an axe and a knife, but I'm trying to conserve money and I'm trying to buy things that work well, and none of the bow saws or buck saws or folding saws that I saw were decent. That's a lie. There was one. There was a Corona. There was a Corona folding saw, a pruning saw that I thought was pretty decent, but it was like $50, $40, a lot of money anyway, and that would have almost ate up the rest of my money that I'm allotted to spend on this thing, and I would have only $10 for food. So, spending money where I think it's wise, I got this Fiskars X7. Pretty decent axe. It's got its own sheath here, a little locking mechanism. Comes out. It's a different axe, man, different kind of axe than normal, but I've told you guys for a long time that these are decent axes. And that for someone looking to get into buying an axe, if they don't know what they want or whatever, they don't have a lot of money, this is a good alternative, a good option. So the handle is hollow, at least till there. It's like this composite handle. The head's pretty wedge shaped, but she's sharp, and yeah, it'll work. It'll work for splitting, it'll work for chopping, it'll work for cutting, bucking, limbing, all that stuff. So I'm not saying it'll be easy. This will be a little bit more work using this thing for everything, for wood processing, but it's going to work, and I'm allowing myself money for food. So that was my thoughts behind it. This was the best option that I saw for axes as well. Getting it back in kind of sucks, but it's not so bad. Okay, cutting tool. My next cutting tool, which I thought was important to get because this is going to be hard for working intricate things. If I want to make a pot hanger, or if I want to do anything like finesse work, it's going to be hard, and I don't have a saw, so I splurged, guys. Look at that big beast of a knife. I didn't realize how small it was. I guess I should have read the dimensions online, but again, I bought it online, and I didn't realize. But that's okay, it'll work. It was the cheaper of the knives. This is a knife, man. You can't eat it. You can't eat it. Cheaper of the knives, and I think it'll still work. I didn't want some big. Can you go lay down so your bum's not in the frame there? Thank you. Some big gaudy knife. I didn't want like a big buck knife or a. Actually, they had a Bear Grylls knife, the one that like the normal belt knife he has, and I've used one of those, and it actually works pretty decent. But again, it was like $60, and I didn't have it in the budget. So, oh, check this bad boy out. Let's go. This is a knife, homie. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Get that gunk out your eyes. Get that gunk out your eyes for you. Alright. So look at this bad boy. I don't want to get pulled over with this one. Not that I have any arm hair. Scope, can you stop licking me? Oh yeah, she shaves. Smooth. So that's my my powerful cutting tool. So that's gonna just go in my belt pocket like, oh, it hangs upside down. Look at that. That's just gonna go in my belt like my normal knife does, and I'll use it. I'll use it like a normal knife. I'm not gonna be batoning. No batoning with that guy. All right, next up. Excuse me, Scoots. What are you doing? You just want to be in the video, hey? Next up, I got a headlamp. This is another Ozark Trail piece of kit. I assume Ozark Trail has a lot to do with Walmart. But it came with 3 batteries. It's a head... Okay, I know you want to be part of this. You need to lay down. You need to lay down. Good boy. You want your bone? I'm going to go get him his bone so he's not so all up in my grill. I got him this one yesterday. I've been getting him like raw beef bones lately, but they didn't have a big one, so I went with the smoked. It's Benko, I believe it's called Benko bones. So they're marrow, they're smoked marrow bones. They got the big old knuckle on the bottom, and this is like $10 or something. All right, here you go, big guy. Come here. There you go. You might hear a little bit of chomping noises now. Don't tell me you don't want it. What are you doing? You can go outside? Alright. Holler when you want to come back in. Sold my red Jeep, eh? Had that 99 Cherokee XJ. It was my dream vehicle for a long time. And I bought it last year anyways. We sold it a couple days ago. A little sad about that because I'm never going to find one in that condition again. MCQ Bushcraft is fixing his up right now, and yeah, making me want to do the same. But anyway, she's gone. Back to this. I just said that because I went outside to let the dog out and I noticed my Jeep was gone. Just struck a chord, one single tear, you know. Okay, so last, I think up, oh no, sorry, I was talking about the headlamp. So the headlamp is 200 lumens, it's got 3 batteries with it. Part of the reason I bought it was because the batteries came with it. I didn't have to spend extra money on batteries. Because I'm trying to do everything as legit as I can, right? I'm trying to only use things that I bought at Walmart, right? Like, you heard me say about the sheet with the sleeping bag I might bring. I'm not going to wear Walmart clothes. I originally tried to do that, at least like outerwear, but it would have been way too much money, so it's okay. Wear clothes I already have. Because people don't really have clothes, even if they're outside clothes or not, you can still wear them. Works fine. Double up on things, layer up. That's what I used to do all the time. Still layer up, but... Oh yeah, that's decent. Nothing wrong with that. You got... Oh yeah, okay. I don't want to put it right in your face, but... the floodlight. You dim it by holding it, and it gets brighter. Okay, there's a red on there somewhere too, but perfect. Old headlamp. I love a headlamp, guys. A flashlight just does not cut it for me. Not the same deal. Okay, illumination. And then this, oh, 2 things left. How many of you have used one of these pieces of garbage? The magnesium striker with the little thing, the little striker on the side. So the thing is, this little ferro rod part where you get the sparks from, it's tiny, and that's really not what you're starting the fire with. You're starting the fire with this magnesium block. You're actually shaving down a bunch of like shavings. As funny as that sounds, like the size of a quarter or a nickel, and then you would spark the spark onto that, and it just like a white flash of like fire, like very, very, very hot, and then it just goes out like real quick. I can't snap with my middle finger because of my burn. It takes a little bit more prep beforehand, before you get your fire going, and then you'll be able to do fun with that. The reason I bought that was because I always use a normal fire steel. They had normal fire steels, but something different. And if you use it, I said it's a piece of garbage because it's really time consuming, and it's not necessary if you know how to use an actual fire steel, but this is a good thing to learn how to use as well, especially if you're just starting out. Last up is my cook kit, and this is one of the things I actually looked at when I got it before this video. I'm very impressed with it. Very impressed with it. There's a North 49 2-person camping set made with stainless steel, believe it or not. Now the stainless steel is very thin, but it's not aluminum, and I'm extremely stoked about that. Because a lot of these things, these low-end things, not high-end priced gear would be aluminum like this, but again, very thin. So, let's check it out. So this is $50, $49.99, and it comes with a fry pan with handles, and obviously the rubber grip on the handles will get melted off, but there's still metal underneath, and that's fine. Use a glove, whatever. You got a lid. I've got a stuff sack for it all, which is pretty decent. 2 little plastic crappy cups, but they have measurements on the side of them, so that's kind of handy. And also, this is my kit, right? I have a water bottle, but if I wanted to make like a spruce needle tea or something like that while I'm out there, I can boil it up and buy myself a little cuppa instead of trying to sip out of here. So I got a pot, and this pot has a lid, a decent lid. The pot also has a little pour spout, and it's decently deep. Like you can do stuff with it. What it does have that I don't like is this plastic handle, which is no problem because it's just on with a screw. And you can always just, even when you're in the woods, man, with your knife, just get a little piece of green wood or whatever, make a little square and screw that screw onto there. It'll be fine. The plastic might work for a couple trips anyways too. Before it gets too hot and melts off, it's fine. It's totally doable. So we got a pot there with the lid. We've got a bigger pot with a lid. Both have handles. Then you have this frying pan that doesn't have a lid, but that's okay. So 2 pots with lids, frying pan with no lid, 2 cups. Pretty decent. Honestly, more stuff than I would need for myself. I probably won't even bring it all. But to melt snow, if there is still snow when I'm there, or to boil water to make it safe for drinking, these pots will do the job, obviously. This is even concave on the top, so later on when I fix the handle or get rid of the handle, you can even put coals up on here. So you could sit this in the coals, and then you can put coals on top of here and use it like a Dutch oven because it literally has a big lip inside. So it's kind of decent. I'm excited for this. I'm excited to go do this. Excuse me. What I need from you guys, like I said originally, was ideas on what I haven't got here that I actually really, really need. What's a necessity for a night or 2 nights. I haven't decided yet, with or without the dog. Whatever I have to bring for the dog, I'm going to bring extra. Okay, this isn't $500 worth of camping gear for me and my dog. It's just not going to happen. If I can get away with getting his food for the same amount of money as mine, or included in that money, then I'll do that, because he doesn't need much. You have a piece of meat and some stuff only. Again, depending on if it's 1 night or 2. So, yeah, pretty excited, pretty happy to go do it. I'm happy that I actually got the gear. I've had this idea for a little while, and when I mentioned it on a video, some of you guys were like, order online because you have much more options, which is a great call. Thank you very much for that. So let me know if there's anything in this kit that I'm missing big time that I absolutely need for a night or 2 in the woods. Let me know what kind of food you guys would buy from Walmart to do this with the gear that I have now. Remember, I have a pot, a pan, and a fire. I have no grill. I can still make things. I can still make a grill. I can make whatever I want over there out of wood. I can use a skewer. I can use a green wood grill. So keep that in mind when you're giving suggestions. Scout's out there barking up a storm. Maybe I will bring it all because Scout can use one for a bowl too, which makes sense to me. Nice and easy. The bag works. Stuff sack works. Okay, that's decent. If I can get that on the inside, I will. If not, I'll strap her to the outside. Oh, you know what? That's using the old noggin, Joseph. Put it back in its bag. Put it back in its stuff sack. I guarantee when I come out of there from camping, I'm not going to have it back in its stuff sack. Oh, that's a pretty decent pocket on the front of this backpack too. You can tell the rope that they're using for drawstrings is inferior quality. So we'll put the sleeping bag in first because that's going to take up a ton of room. If I can get it sideways in there, I'd like to, but it might not go. Oh yeah, she goes sideways. That's not so bad then. Next up, we'll put the sleeping pad because that's quite big too. Yeah, this tent is going to have to get strapped to the bottom, but that's okay. Water bottle can go on the side. Axle going inside, even though it can probably go inside. Cook kit down in there too. What else do we have left? We have our headlamp, water bottle, fire starter, and knife. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, okay. So I guess to keep track of this stuff, I'll just end up putting it in the front pocket here. It's really big. I got a lot of room in this backpack actually. So I have a ton of room in the top here for a little bit of extra clothes and my food, and then whatever I need for the dog. I probably will bring them considering how much room I have. Yeah, let's get this thing strapped to the bottom. I hope it's big enough. The straps are big enough. Oh snap, look at that. She's a tight fit, boy. Perfect, look at that. Like a glove. Like a glove. Hope those hold. Okay. These are coming together. Everything's coming up Walmart. Boom. This can even go behind that strap too. Okay. Oh, what's this? Oh, inside pocket, inside side pocket. That's pretty decent. Did not know about that. Okay. Man, this is big. Lots of room. Lots of room under here. A little bit better. Undo the straps, Joseph. So these shoulder pads, or these shoulder straps, are very padded, extremely padded. Way more so than I'm used to. Oh look, it's got the cool sideways pulls too. I can pull to the outside. Oh, I'm not big enough. It's too big on me. Old Joe, the skinny boy. Alright, there we go. I loosened this and that drops it some. I loosened the load lifters, that drops it some, and fits better on my hip. Oh, I'm too skinny. Too skinny. Okay. That's not so bad. It's not so bad, guys. But bam, another piece of red gear for some reason. I hate the color red, and almost all of my gear is red. So was that Jeep. That was the reason I sold the Jeep, because it was red. I just went and looked in the mirror. I was wrong. These aren't the load lifters. This is just the straps. These are the load lifters up here. So this backpack, for being Coleman and for being like, you know, Walmart special, it's got a lot of good functions. It's got a lot of the same functions that I would look for on a high-end backpack. So, there she is. Well, thank you very much for watching this video. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. I hope you got some ideas from it. What I do need from you is the same thing I've been telling you. I need some ideas to go with the last $50. No more than 50 bucks can I spend on food and gear, if you think I need anything else gear-wise. For me and possibly the dog. Alright guys, thanks again. Please hit me up with those suggestions. I'll see you on Friday for part 2 of last week's video. Take care.